Let me just quickly testing. Testing. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, and should be good. All right. Hey, Phantom.
Hey,
One sec. Let me.
forgot the fucking image on the fucking stream when shit.
Yeah. Turn down my well, more muting my thing. I had Spotify going and just was playing a round of Fortnite while I waited for everyone. Wi-Fi's being wonky though, so uh,
Oh, sorry.
that's another worry. Let me. No, I didn't want to fucking hit the wrong button.
Correct?
Huh?
Oh,
Sorry, my internet's being wonky, so I'm trying to close things on my laptop.
alright.
So
Hear me, correct?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Just making sure there.
Yeah, no, I can hear you. I just my internet's being a little wonky, so um
Right, understandable.
you were kind of cutting in and out. Uh, frankly, right now I'm more worried about stream because we are dropping frames. But worst comes worst, I'll reset stuff.
Right.
Uh, where's my remote? Mute my TV real quick. Right. You ready to end the Star Wars Skywalker saga?
Yeah, I really am.
Oh. I mean, if you even look at the fucking description of what I put in the description of the YouTube re-upload last night, it's like, holy crap! Like I couldn't even really fully make jokes. I
Yeah,
just
I
kind of
know.
I kind of just trailed off, even in the description, and said, "Fuck it, we we got bored." The only
Mm-hmm.
exciting thing is Luke came and fought Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Phantom read us stories about trains. Well, read us part of a story about trains and then read about trains from Sid Meier's.
Well, one of them was a history book. Well, technically a history book, I guess. And the other one a manual. So there's that.
We learned about trains.
Exactly.
I mean that's what I said, and I think that's what I said in the description is like Phantom teaches us about trains. Gospel of Luke fights Kylo Ren. Like I started to actually have a proper description and said, "Fuck it, I can't." Like, there's nothing I can say about
Yeah,
this episode
exactly.
because I mean, like, there's nothing that really happens in episode 8. It's just the equivalent of it's a there. Um,
Uh-huh.
I remember someone describing the Ratchet and Clank Quest for Booty game like that, and yeah, that's basically a story that just kind of exists, but has little to no actual bearing on the plot. That
Yeah.
if you were to remove it, really it wouldn't really harm anything.
Yeah.
And that's what episode 8 felt like. Anyway, but on the bright side, we only have one episode left, so
For that one.
time time for episode 9. Insert witty title here.
Yes.
All right, let me.
I just keep looking at the stream and I just see the fucking odds. I think fucking Snitsky's face just like snarl back at me.
Yeah, no, it's very fucking funny. Well, it's funnier because I have the "this game contains scenes"
Yeah.
like as
No.
the backdrop. Also, let me know when you see where I hidden Mr. Big tonight. What am I trying to? All right, let's get this over with. Hmm. All right. Wi-Fi is definitely being wonky because we're.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like right now, it keeps saying that we're at
I
like
need some to show me my
a
place
couple
in this.
100 kilobytes per second, and that's.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, worst comes to worst, we are recording it, so I mean, we still have
Yeah,
that,
we do.
but my only hope is that we actually have something to talk about this episode.
Hopefully. If not, I'll either read up some wrestling stuff or pull out the fucking railroad stuff again.
Episode 9. The last one. Jesus Christ. You've made it. I know the last episode was boring, but don't worry. Palpatine somehow fucking returned, and we're not getting an explanation. General Leia, despite her actress dying between these two episodes, instructs the rebel army to try and stop the First Order, and Kylo Ren is doing something. Sorry, I tried to make a joke, but I.
I've ever seen.
Hmm?
This is the weirdest opening to WrestleMania 9 I've ever seen.
I was trying to make fun of the text crawl, but I kind of looked away. I looked away too much that I honestly couldn't fucking keep up.
Right.
Anyway, here's Kylo Ren doing something on someplace.
At last, my boy, I have been every voice you have ever heard inside your head. Dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities.
I love that one of the
some
people he
consider
has
to be
fixing the clones
unnatural.
is just fucking
What could
fishing
you
in the tanks.
give me?
Everything.
Also, Jar Jar
Yeah.
is Jar Jar is in one of the cloning tanks apparently.
Yeah.
They had to know.
Right.
Find the girl. End the Jedi. And become what your grandfather Vader could not.
God, I just fucking hate that all this just came out of nowhere. Like out of left field.
Well, my biggest problem is we're gonna bring back Palpatine, but we're not gonna give an explanation.
From a new ally. A spy in the First Order.
I
mean, at least give like some foreshadowing or something, like in the previous episodes.
Yeah.
To be good. Oh, we got it.
The only thing that's funnier to me is apparently before the episode came out, they had an event in Fortnite where they teased, where they fully admitted that, yes, Palpatine is returning. And that was our first official clue that he was returning, was fucking Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
That's. I mean, I know people can get pretty upset about that, but I can't help but find that fucking funny.
I know, it's really funny and fucking stupid. It's like, you're revealing this in Fortnite of all places?
Yeah. Not as weird as when the Wreck-It Ralph sequel just randomly had a Ralph cameo in Fortnite. Like,
Yeah.
that was weird. Oh, and speaking of terrible sequels to actually pretty good movies, Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Yeah.
And there were bits I liked. I think the idea of Ralph being Ralph being upset that Penelope wants to leave, and Penelope being like one of his closest friends. Like, yeah, I understand that being a major factor. It's just, man, everything else kind of sucked. I honestly like the whole them going inside the internet isn't a terrible idea. It's just the way they did it in the movie was so fucking like it's look at all these properties that Disney owns the rights to.
Uh,
Let's drag the plot. Let's drag the plot on to show like this montage of Penelope interacting with other Disney princesses.
so essentially, you could say that Wreck-It Ralph 2 is the Space Jam A New Legacy of the Wreck-It Ralph series.
ice wall is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, let's make the jump to
Oh.
light speed.
Show off the properties that they own.
yeah. I and yet I was I was at least more entertained with Wreck-It Ralph because I actually cared about the story going on, and in Space Jam 2, yeah, there's a story going on, but 90% of that movie was fucking here's all the properties Warner Brothers owns the rights to.
Right.
Like I couldn't care for the actual plot because it was mainly we're mainly just gonna show off what we're gonna it's fucking Circle Jerk. That's what it was. Um, I think one of the dumbest things is just randomly having fucking Rick and Morty in there because oh Rick and Morty's popular. Let's shove them in there for a cameo.
Right, I know.
Oh. I do love that shot. The jumps in and out of light speed to try and lose the
Yeah.
because in the actual movie it was a really cool
Be with me.
to me it was a really cool
Be
shot.
with me.
And
Right.
here
They're
it's
not with me.
like it's still cool, but we're very clearly gonna
Ray,
have it
be
as
patient.
I'm
a
getting the
partial
drink.
joke,
Right.
show off different planets. I mean, they go back to the weird fucking ship that Han had in episode 7. I say weird
Yeah.
ship, but the ship Han had in episode 7 and the
I can do it.
squid creatures are just start actually washing the Millennium Falcon. That's funny.
Yeah.
Onwards, Mr. Gonk. Onwards to victory. Oh, wait.
Listen, I bought a ticket to watch fucking The Undertaker fight Giant Gonzalez, and I'm not seeing this match right now. That's another WrestleMania 9 joke for you. Called one of the worst WrestleManias ever
Go
booked.
with me.
I'm wondering if it would still somehow be better or worse than Rise of Skywalker.
Oh god, I hope so. I mean, you got the Steiner brothers with the fighting the Head Shrinkers. You got fucking Razor Ramon fighting Bob Backlund. You got Hulk Hogan fighting Yokozuna, and wait, he was booked. Yokozuna was booked fucking twice. Like,
You can do this.
okay. But yeah, you know, you have fucking Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan, fucking Doink the Clown. Well, you laugh, but Doink the Clown was a classic back then.
No,
He
no,
was a
no.
great
It's
heel.
it's just the name is
Yeah, I
funny to
know.
me.
Yeah, Doink the Clown was great as a heel, and then for some goddamn reason, they turned him to a babyface, and it all went downhill from there.
Yeah. Kind of hard to have a clown be, because people are fucking terrified of clowns. It's why it was so popular.
Yeah.
Join me. Join me.
Ray! Falcon's back!
I mean, my biggest hope is that is that hopefully Rise of Skywalker isn't just as boring as, because that's one of the things that really sucked about us doing episode 8 is it just like we had nothing to say.
I know.
Because at least if it's something bad we can criticize how bad it is. Like episode 8 is like holy crap, it's not even
Help!
enjoyable bad.
Yeah, I know.
I need a fire crew here. I need another one at the back. Go, go!
There's a mole in the First Order and they sent us a message.
Somehow Palpatine returned. He's been planning his revenge,
Jesus
the largest
fucking
fleet the
Christ.
galaxy's ever known, hiding in the unknown regions on a world called Exegol.
Luke searched for it. He said to get there you need one of these. A Sith finder. I'm gonna start where his trail went cold. The
Where
Forbidden
did
Desert of
those
Kasana.
books come from?
We go together.
I don't know.
Joey, get that compressor fixed?
They came from the
All right.
they came from the great plot convenience bookstore.
Exactly.
It's right next to. Oh, that's the version of Poe's X-wing that I have a figure of. I didn't realize that during like episode 9 they actually changed the colors.
Yeah.
That's it's weird because it was black and orange for like episode 7 and 8, and then episode 9 it's like just paint white.
Yep.
Nothing gives a new hint. Yay. More force certitude, bigger ideas.
I love Hint, the protocol droid that actually gives you hints on like characters and cheats and such.
What is this?
Big Aggie Festival of the
Because
Axes.
he's just fucking sassy, and it's actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like this.
I've never seen so few wayfinders.
So, what now?
We talk to people. Maybe find out what drew Luke here.
Well,
It's nice to look up at the sky and see kites flying around instead
On the
of
bright
first order
side-
ships coming to get me and my family. This whole
on the bright
festival
side,
really takes my...
one benefit that we have for this episode over the last episode is we have Mr.
Don't know
Gonk.
if you can tell, but
Yeah, that's a good thing. Hopefully he might save the fucking shit show known as the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, hopefully. It would have been better if we had him sooner. The only thing that would be funnier because he has a cheat. The only thing that would have been funnier is
That
if he
weird
actually
hermit
just
keeps
randomly
ruining
shows
my
up in the
vibe.
cutscenes.
Bumbling around with his mask on, muttering,
Oh, yeah,
Ochi
that would be
this and
great.
Ochi that. Wish he would just Gochi away.
That pun wasn't funny.
Yeah.
This is one of the weirdest collections of folks I've ever seen. And I witnessed the Ewok Dulok Wars.
Ewok Dulok? What?
Fuck. I'll
My neck feels bad.
is.
Well, that was useless.
Let's try asking a local.
Oh my fucking god. That this looks like the fucking Grinch.
What I was questioning, the Ewok Dulok Wars?
Yeah, I searched up Duloc. Literally look like the Grinch, but it's like a fucking
That explains.
okay, they're a
I'm-
sentient species native to the forest moon of Endor, where they lived in swamps. They would hunt lantern birds and the Ewoks, and shit, that's all I got. But they look like Grinch if he was like a fucking, if he just lived in a swamp and had
My knights
spears
and I are
shit.
going hunting for the scavenger.
Oh my gosh.
We have to go. Back to the Falcon. Now.
Sent me a transmission.
Hey look, it's Lando!
General
Hey,
and we're looking for Exegol.
he needed another paycheck.
Luke and I were tailing an old relic hunter. Ochi
Hey, he
us
was
knew.
at least he was at least
carrying
one of
a
the more
clue that
entertaining
could lead to a
things in
wayfinder.
episode
Only
episode 9.
two were made. We followed his ship halfway across
guess.
the galaxy. It was abandoned, out past Lurch Canyon.
I mean,
I've got a bad
he
feeling
did
about
sound
this.
We've spotted the fugitive.
he did
Go.
sound bored, but it's like, man, he was still at least much more entertaining than a lot of the other dumb shit.
Yeah.
We have to get to Ochi's ship.
Eat potassium. Oh, I'm shooting. I'm shooting Poe in the. Yeah.
Right on target. Another speeder.
What? Oh, you can just switch between like 3 characters. You can switch between Rey, Chewbacca, and BB-8, and BB-8 just like throws fucking canisters at him.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of funny. I mean, at least Chewbacca makes sense. Chewbacca still has his fucking confetti cannon.
That doesn't fill me with as much confidence as you think it does.
Because that's at least something that is useful in a fight like this.
Coming up behind us. Look.
Ochi's ship. I've seen that ship before.
I misheard as I've seen that shit before.
Try to grab something.
Will this agony ever end?
Oh. Where are the others?
Oh no,
Let's find them.
we've been separated.
Oh no.
Oh no. Such tragedy. But we still have Mr. Gonk!
They have to be in these tunnels somewhere.
We'll find
You
them.
know, at this
Sure
point,
that-
I'd rather fucking watch Snitsky kick the fucking doll again.
Oh, you didn't say my name, sir, but I'm all right.
Or fucking suck on the feet of Mae Young.
Pope, can you help me make a route across
Because
there?
that was also his gimmick, was that he was also a foot fetishist.
Well then,
I don't know why, but they did.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know what that has to do with wrestling, but I like.
Look, it's all part of the gimmick.
Move.
I felt it, sir.
Can it, 3PO?
It just weird. It just seems weird to me. It's like, what? Why would having a foot fetish be a thing in wrestling? Like, why would you need
I
that?
guess it's because it makes him look crazy.
Eh.
You seem to know your way around this place.
Or I know or I can see things that I can clearly use.
It's like, I mean, another thing with Gene Snitsky is that one of his famous catchphrases, it wasn't my fault, came from an angle, where well, okay, it came from like how do I explain this? It came from like a pregnancy angle with another female wrestler named, I think it was Lita? And the reason he said
I do
it
not want to
wasn't
know
my
what made
fault
these tunnels.
Judging by the
was
circumference of
because,
the tunnel walls, there are...
I said I
you
do
know,
not want to
Lita
know.
had
Not.
lost the baby.
Bones.
Mm.
I don't like bones.
And
Boats. Never
oh,
good
that's
sign.
also the same segment.
Thought we were
It's like,
gone.
that's the same angle
might still
where
be some.
Snitsky kicks the
way out?
baby out of
This
the
way.
ring.
We have to hurry.
It's just he
Speed.
punts down.
We're not the first ones to end up down here.
It's just fucking. It's like
Horrible things have happened with
it's
this.
just
There's
fucking.
writing on it.
It's like
I
the
know
catchphrase
exactly where
it
the
wasn't
Wayfinder
my
is.
fault.
Unfortunately,
And then like
I
later
am
on,
currently
he just
incapable
fucking
of speaking
Lita comes
translations
out
from
with the
sense.
baby doll, and fucking taunted Lita, with it, and then punted that fucking doll into the ring.
Ah yes, the magic ability of Force Heal, something that's never been
Transferred a bit
shown
of
in the
life.
movies
Force energy from me to him.
until now.
Keep moving
Yeah.
to find someone who can translate that dagger.
Honestly, I'm
Like
not
a
even
old
really
droid.
that upset that they added it into the movies. It's just kind of weird.
I
I suggest
guess
we return
technically
to
you
the
could
millennium
claim it was
organ at once.
foreshadowed in
They'll
episode
be waiting
3.
for us at the Falcon. I got a better idea.
We cannot
How
possibly fly
so?
out in that old wreck.
Like,
We don't really have an option.
one of the reasons why fucking Anakin turns to the dark side is because, he's worried about Padme dying and he wants to find the Force power to, just to keep her alive, I guess. I think.
So what I'm getting at from that is allegedly, because I know it technically was in Star Wars canon before Episode 9. It just we never saw it in the movies.
Yeah.
But from what I'm getting at from what you said is basically is essentially like the power that Palpatine had mentioned was
Talking about, yeah.
was Force, which honestly does make sense.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it's like, I guess, I don't know.
I do like Kylo Ren realizing that they failed, trying to go back to his ship only for his ship to get crushed.
Yeah. Wait, does Chewie actually die in Episode 9, or?
Right?
No, they
You're with
think they
us now.
died.
Oh.
Chewie
Be-
had the dagger.
Okay, look,
That was the
if you're
only
gonna kill
clue to the
off Han, you
Wayfinder
might
thing,
as
and
well
it's
kill
gone.
off Chewie as
true.
well.
Well,
The
they thought
inscription lives
Chewie.
in my memory now.
They
Remember
thought
him?
Chewie had died.
Mhm.
Like
I know a
Mm.
black
the
Yeah, I
first,
know,
the
I
First
know,
Order
but I'm
had
just
captured
saying.
him.
Droid, Smith. He's
I
Uncle
know,
Jamie.
but I'm just saying, it's like, you know, if you've already killed off Han, it's like you might as well just kill off Chewie as well.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
part of me is happy that Chewie is one of the only characters to survive the entire Skywalker saga, but
yeah, I know. It's
well,
like,
other
in the
than
fucking,
the droids.
yeah, in the Legends canon, like, Chewie fucking dies in, like, honestly, a horrible way, because this is during the, I think the, fuck, how do I
All right,
fucking
I know what we should do.
say the name? God, what's the
Follow me.
Yuzon
I know
Vong
my way
War.
around.
He died during that,
Kind of. It's
where,
First Order are taking people out of their home. Let's hope they haven't got to our droids yet. Get to cover, but stay close.
okay,
There
so
are troopers
Chewie,
nearby.
Han Solo, and, you know, Han's son, Anakin Solo, were sent to a planet called Serpital? Serpital. And, thing is, the Yuzon Vong tactic, one of the Yuzon Vong tactics is literally just to collide planets against each other.
Yikes.
Those walkers are in trouble. Stay out of their searchlights,
so-
or they'll bring the whole of the First Order down on us.
So, I think the, God, I think
Power
it was
to the gate
moon.
is off.
I think the moon,
Looks like the power core is falling out.
Dobio, was going on a collision course with Serpital. And, the thing is, so, Han, Anakin, Chewie are there, you know, to evacuate as many people as possible.
Oh, I don't want to stay still for
The
too
thing
long.
is, you know,
See those
they
troopers?
got, I think they
Sneak
got
up
most of
behind
the
them and
people off
take
the
one of
planet.
them out. I'll get the other.
However, you know, before, the collision,
To cover, quick.
Anakin was knocked out.
Hang tight a
of-
second.
I think,
See those lookouts?
I think it was
You
out
shoot
of
one and I'll get the other.
Falcon.
But stay back or they'll
But,
see you.
no, Chewbacca rushed out to get Anakin and put him back, you know, onto the Falcon.
What are you waiting for?
But,
Do it.
however, when Chewbacca was about to get on, another blast of wind knocked him out. And the thing is, Anakin was now piloting the Falcon, and Han Solo wanted to try to save Chewbacca, but they were out of time, and so Anakin just escaped, and, you know, with the Falcon and Han Solo, but Chewbacca was still on the planet. He essentially, he stood, he saw the moon coming at him,
This is
he
actually going pretty
roared,
well so
and
far.
was crushed to
It's gonna
death,
get a lot
along
harder.
with those who could not escape.
Trust
Ooh,
me.
Yeah.
That's just tragic.
No, but he was given a memorial on Kashyyyk.
I'm
after
not
this.
surprised that they would give him a memorial.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, after this, like, you know, Han, you know, had a resentment of Anakin Solo after this.
Trying to save the galaxy, pal. Just give us a break. Headed to the rooftops to scope out the route ahead.
I mean, it's not really Anakin Solo's fault.
I mean, it's not
Technically.
his fault. But it's like, I can understand why Han is like that, because it's like, you spent many
These
years,
First
you know,
Order
with
credentials can help
with
us
one of
cross
your-
this court.
with one of your best friends of all time, and you couldn't save him.
Yeah, I at least understand Han being upset about it.
I mean, Han did eventually forgive,
Yeah.
Anakin
Dr. Ren
for it.
showed us her picture.
Pew!
I'm the
Pew!
first.
Pew! 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 Pew!
Hey, First Order coming. Hide now.
I mean, yeah, at least we're still talking about fucking Star Wars here, but we're talking about the fucking Legends canon and not the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, we're talking about the good versions of the stories.
Hold on, Goldenrod. Nothing that concerns
Yeah.
a droid here.
Well, I never.
speaking of Legends canon, I have a Star Wars book that I've had for eons and never actually read. And I need to remember. One, I need to remember if I do actually still have it, and two, okay, I clearly need a power core.
Yeah.
We're safe now. Head up the steps.
Heard you were spotted.
I did mention I
He's not
had
stupid
a
enough to
copy
come
of
back
Splinter
here.
of the Mind's Eye, and I don't know
Guys, this
what
is
happened to
Zori,
it. I know I
this
still
is
have
Ray
it
and Ted.
somewhere.
We could really use your help. Not that you care, but I like you.
I am C-3PO, human cyborg resistant.
We're trying to find Babu Frick.
Walkers, stay close by.
God, now I'm just reminded of the fucking Force Unleashed 2. Because there is a, I think for both of the Force Unleashed games, there's
I've got
DLC
this one.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's
where
get
it
moving.
essentially, it allows you to continue on from like the dark side ending of those games.
Right.
And it's essentially like it's essentially a
Great. Wait,
it's
Ray,
essentially
can you do your
episode
rock lifting thingy on the
episode
gate?
5.
You mean the Force?
But instead
Yeah,
of
the
Darth Vader,
Force.
it's
Well,
the
can you?
Dark Apprentice, or Galen Merrick. You know, who is now Palpatine's new Darth Vader in a sense. And it does not go good for the rebels.
I would
Like
not be surprised.
yeah. The thing is that let's see. Let's see here. I think it's on Endor where they fucking
Head
where
across the rooftops, try and
Dark
draw some of the
Apprentice
troopers away.
goes
The
and
hideout is
actually
just
fights,
across
you know,
the
Han
courtyard.
Solo and
We'll meet you
Chewbacca, and they both die.
You're looking
Yikes.
for the girl?
Like,
Yes.
the thing is, Chewbacca
so
dies
are
first
we.
by accidental
Unfortunately, we are
friendly
yet to
fire from
locate her.
Han Solo. Because Han Solo was trying to save Chewbacca, but the Dark Apprentice anticipated this, and just using the Force, fucking put Chewbacca in the way of the Millennium Falcon's,
Great.
No, it was an
I
ATST.
really don't like our chances
And
of
then
getting there
captured
undetected.
ATST's
As long as we
line
get
of
there.
fire.
Now come on.
And so, Han Solo accidentally kills, you know, Chewbacca, and then the fucking Dark Apprentice, you know, impaled
Got you now.
Han Solo through the chest afterwards.
Oof.
And this all leads to Leia's death, and it also leads to Luke Skywalker becoming, you know, the Dark Apprentice's new apprentice.
Yeah. Which I need to play the Force Unleashed games.
The first one is good. The second one is a bit iffy with the story. But
Is
it
it-
has like one of the.
Oh shit, that was Finn.
Oh.
Shit.
Yeah, but like the second one has like it's the story is iffy, but it has like a great funny moment. And like the end of it,
Which
unintentionally funny moment.
doesn't one of those? I can't remember which one, but isn't one of those games? I could have sworn it was 2 that you actually pull a Star Destroyer out of the sky with the Force.
I think that's the first one, actually.
That is just a badass set piece. Like,
Oh, I
in
know.
general. Like, in even in one of the worst Star Wars games, that's a cool that would be a cool set piece. And I know, I know Force Unleashed is not considered, like, worst. One of the worst Star Wars games. I think one of the few Star Wars games that would be considered the worst is, like, Masters of Terra's Kasi, which is just a lesser version of Tekken.
I remember people really liking the Force Unleashed.
Oh yeah,
you know, if
Force
you get on the-
Force Unleashed is a legitimately good game.
Yeah.
Oh, how we doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir. At my friend.
And I think if you want to get like I think it's on Steam.
Friends
I think
Destroyer.
both of them.
Well, I know.
I'm not sure if
I also
I'm not
know.
sure
You
if the
must have been on a
PC.
different transport.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm not sure if the PC one is the Ultimate Sith Edition, which includes like an extra bonus level, like 3 bonus levels.
I mean, if it's the
But
PC version, probably mod it back in.
I introduce myself.
If it's not there.
I'm C-3PO, human
Yeah.
cyborg relation.
Gotta go now.
Poe.
Landing privileges. Any vessel.
Go help your friend.
Now, I also know, I mentioned this back in like episode, when we were doing episode 6, but I know,
Yes, it is the
the
Ultimate Sith Edition. There you go. It's only for $20 too.
How much?
$20.
Oh, that is not that bad.
Yeah,
So
it's
the
a good
plan
price.
is we just fly up and land in the hangar like it's no big deal.
But I know the remaster version that they put out on Switch is a remaster of the Wii game. Which that whole
Okay.
situation is still kind of interesting to me. It's like, here, we're gonna remaster the Wii game for Nintendo Switch instead of I would have thought it would have made a little more sense just porting the original.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
you
Well,
permission
no,
no,
they
it
did
makes
again.
sense to me, since it's like, you know, it's a Nintendo console. You might as well do the one that was released on the Wii, since it was also on a Nintendo console.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not criticizing. I'm not fully criticizing it. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy the No More Heroes ports to the Switch because they are basically the best of both versions of No More Heroes, the best of like both the PS3 and Wii versions. I mean, they're essentially
I have no
high
idea.
definition
Follow me.
versions of the Wii games, but with if you wanted, instead of using motion controls, you can have Travis swing his beam katana using analog sticks.
Yeah.
And it I am not a huge fan of forced motion controls. No More Heroes is one of the few games that I and I mean this both for the Switch port and the Wii game, but No More Heroes is one of the few times where I'm like, holy shit, I actually really like the motion controls in this game.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I mean, most of the motion controls is usually like come on. Most of the motion controls are stuff like, here we're gonna like shake the Wii remote to charge it, and of course it looks like you're jerking off.
Did she do that to us?
But there's also like swing the Wii remote in a certain direction to actually attack
The dag's on the
attack
ship.
your
We need
enemies.
it. I'll meet you back at the hangar.
But it Oh, look, so this is supposed to be Kylo Ren's room. You can see on the shelf he actually has all of the there's Lego Star Wars 1, 2, and 3.
Your parents were no one.
Oh,
They
nice.
chose
And
to
it's
be,
the actual
to keep you safe.
Let's see. Yeah. I'm trying to see if it actually is one-to-one the one-to-one the covers.
Yeah.
And now it's gone and I can't get a good look at
They
it.
sold you to protect you. It was Palpatine.
But
Your parents taken. He was looking for you.
that makes me happy we actually got a chance to see that. To see the covers at least once.
Yeah. It's like, god damn it, now I'm just thinking about...
So that's where you are.
They should have fucking brought back fucking... Honestly, they need to bring back fucking Starkiller. Or
Come on,
Galen Merrick.
Chewie's this way.
from the fucking Force
They're trying to release
Unleashed.
the Wookiees. Stop it.
I would have liked,
We're going the right way.
because I think there actually was a Lego set based off of Force Unleashed that had him as a minifigure. I would have liked if he was an unlockable character in Skywalker Saga.
I mean, you know, the funny thing is like, during conception of, the Force Unleashed, fucking Galen was also made to be, like, their
He must be
development.
in
They
there.
thought about making him, like, the last Skywalker. I find that
Don't let them
pretty
free the
fucking
prisoner.
hilarious considering what we're seeing now.
Yeah. Well, and what's weirder to me is story-wise, like there are interesting stories behind the development of certain Star Wars games. I think one was like a Darth Maul game.
Hey, fellas.
Terminate them.
One of them was a Darth Maul game. Oh my gosh,
I'm the spy.
I love that.
I need Kylo Ren to lose.
He knocked out one of the.
Where are the others?
He knocked out the stormtroopers, but one of them, instead of birds, it's like
Find them.
mouse
Go.
droids
Right.
above his. That's funny.
Why did the Emperor
What
come
was
for
I saying?
me?
Oh,
You don't just have power. You have
but there was
his power.
a Darth Maul game
his
that was
granddaughter.
in development,
You.
and
What Palpatine doesn't know is we're a dyad in the Force ray. Who got a
Yeah, I know
jeez,
about
sorry,
it.
the cutscene's distracting me, and it's not even entertaining. Like, it's not even exciting.
I know.
But yeah, like,
We're talking about other games.
yeah, but it was an interesting. It was an interesting concept, and they showed it to George Lucas, and he's like, "Oh, I want these these characters to interact with each other," and they're kind of looking at him like, "These characters exist like hundreds of years apart in canon." And Lucas's response is, just find a way to make it work. It's like fucking
Right.
that.
I don't know why they're not following us,
That's
but I
not
don't
how you
trust it.
do that.
All that matters is the Wayfinder. Finding Exegol.
Anyone else hoping this leads us to the Forest Moon? No? Just me. Okay.
But that.
It's not the
But
Forest
that's
Moon, then.
fucking.
Sorry, guess you won't get that Ewok party after all.
What? Oh, I'm already here. Okay. I just gotta assume it was okay. But it's something that I keep thinking about. Like, people have given crap to how Disney's treated Star Wars, and rightfully so. Disney has done some stupid shit with the Star Wars license, but for me, the other thing is, like, Lucas, when he was in charge, came up with some of the dumbest things for canon.
Only this blade tells.
Yeah.
And it's something that I keep thinking about, and it's like, yeah, no, like Lucas had. I mean, Lucas had the idea of fucking Star Wars detours, and that was dangerous. We watched that. That was
Let's get that ship fixed.
Definitely a mess.
We can't wait that long.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the series. I still feel like if the series was released, it still could have worked. It's just.
Yeah, and I'm not used to them living in the desert. I'm taking that skimmer and getting the Wayfinder, with or without.
It could have worked. It just wouldn't have been like 100% great. It just would have been. I think it would have been at least an okay series. Am I supposed to be controlling this? I guess I am. There's no controls on screen. It's just, here's this boat. It's like, okay, thank you. I could have just been going on for like an hour and not realizing that I was supposed to be controlling that. Thanks, game. There were some interesting concepts that.
Maybe that door will lead us to the Wayfinder.
There were a handful of concepts that I am upset were canceled when
The dagger pointed to the top of the wreckage.
Disney got
So we'll need
the.
to find a way to get higher.
I mean, the big one that people keep bringing up is 1313, and yeah, I am definitely upset we didn't get 1313
Yeah, I know.
because that game definitely seemed much more interesting. And I know they said that the game itself is canceled, but the idea isn't, so they might reuse the idea, but they haven't done anything with it yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I still think like that they should have done that for the Book of Boba Fett series.
Right.
Is just adapt the story that they were going to tell with that. Um, on top of that, there was a
I'll climb up and find a different way to get you up, okay?
there was a series that Lucas, like an actual TV series that Lucas was gonna make. That was
Be careful,
gonna be like
Just
the
keep heading
dark,
upwards.
not the dark side, but like I can't find the best way to describe it. Like it would have been a darker take on Star Wars and show more like darker things in canon.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. There were scripts made. I don't think a full episode was actually. I don't think a full episode was made, but like there were scripts of the series made, and there were about like 50 episodes or so originally planned. I mean, there's Detours, which I'm not upset that got canceled. I would have liked to have seen it, but we weren't really missing out with that one. The original Star Wars Battlefront 3, I am definitely upset about. I'm upset that we missed that. Especially because that one was just. I'm trying to remember why that one was canceled. I know plot details of it were used for one of the PSP only Star Wars game. One of the PSP only Battlefront games. Like one of the plots that they originally had was reused for one of them. Don't remember which one, but I know.
I mean, there is a mod that's coming out that is trying to recreate Battlefront 3.
Yeah, and it's essentially what Battlefront 3 would have been, more or less. Speaking of which, I found I found there is a mod for.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think they did reuse some of Battlefront 3 for one of the DS games, actually.
Yeah, I like a DS PSP game, and I don't remember which one it was.
I know it. I have the game. Fucking... Fuck, what... God damn it, what was the game's name? Elite Squadron.
There we go.
Star Wars Battlefront Elite Squadron. Yeah.
But yeah, the one of the plots that they originally had was reused for that. So it's at least an example of, yeah, they were able to use the plot. They just didn't get to make a full console game.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, is a little disappointing, but it's from what I hear, it's not a bad game. It's just
That's where the Wayfinder is.
People were expecting I think people would have been happier if it were a full console game.
Uh-huh.
Crap. Trying to think what else, like what other projects. I mean, I mentioned it wasn't a new game, but it was gonna be like a collection of the first 3 Rogue Squadron games. Factor 5, before they shut down, was working on a Rogue Squadron trilogy collection, which apparently would have been both for. They were working on it for the Wii, and I think they also were working on it for the Xbox 360. And I'm just sad in general that Factor 5 shut down in like the mid 2000s. And the biggest reason they got shut down was because of the game Lair that they made, and even then it's like one of the biggest problems that Lair had was it was forced to use Sony's 6-axis controller that had the not that had motion controls built into the PS3 controller, where it was like the motion controls just were not that good. And they were forced to use it basically because Sony wanted them to use it, even though it was never originally intended to have those controls, have motion controls built in.
The wayfinder.
And when people were upset at the motion controls, Sony's like, yeah, release it. Like they even plan to give an option. To give people an option to have motion controls or have regular controls when the game launched. They had to patch it in because Sony was like, no, it needs to have motion controls at launch. And it's just like,
Be afraid of who you are.
You're wondering why this didn't do so well. But yeah, that game basically just killed.
The only way you're getting to Exegol is with me.
That game more or less just killed Factor 5, and it
Come
really
with me,
sad.
Exegol. We will destroy Palpatine together.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Okay.
Of course, because he's.
I bet you're loving this. Standing where your hero wants to. You're nothing like Vader.
I think this might actually be the last Kylo Ren fight.
We both know there is darkness in you. Just use it. You're strong with the dark side, like me. Why can't we just hang out?
I'm too busy trying to save the galaxy from
Yeah.
Good. You're using your anger. Now follow
I also know Factor 5 was working on a Superman game around the which was like there was a Superman movie.
There must be another way out of here.
That was originally intended to be a sequel to Superman Returns.
You're right back there. We have to get after him.
Which I feel is kind of an underrated Superman movie. That one was actually okay.
How many of those things are left down here? There you are. Yeah. Let's keep moving.
I mean, Superman Returns at least tried to feel like the classic.
I've never
70s.
watched Superman movies, so I wouldn't know.
That crate should help.
It was trying to feel like the old Christopher Reeve movies.
Right.
But it was honestly an okay movie. Like I actually really liked it. I mean, there were dumb things. There were definitely dumb things with that movie, but it was at least entertaining, and considering people were upset with how like dark and gritty the Zack Snyder movies were, it still felt like the
Another of those things I don't need to worry about.
Because I don't care about superhero movies. I really don't.
No, I get it.
Don't worry, I'll get you out.
It's like, especially today, where it's just like oversaturated the fucking market, and everyone's fucking doing it. It's like,
yeah.
It's just like I don't give a shit. Like, and I fucking hate the people who fucking start reading fucking. I fucking hate the people who get into things just because of there's a movie of it.
Yeah.
It's
Watch my
like
step.
because they don't fucking understand, and it's like I don't know if the right word is tourist, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's like an entertainment tourist,
Yeah.
essentially.
Like, bitch,
I
it's
can't
like,
be too upset with people who like see a movie and then get into like a series because of the movie, because that's how I got into Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and that's one of my favorite book series, because the movie is not a good adaptation.
yeah.
But like I fully understand. It's like, yeah, people like, oh, I'm a huge fan of this character. All right, where did you read the comics first, or did you see the movie? I saw the movie.
Fucking
Yeah,
tourists.
yeah.
It's like you haven't been here since the beginning. You should have like little to no say about what goes on.
Well, and it still drives me nuts because I remember when the She-Hulk series was announced. Not even when it came out. When it was first announced, people were upset that they were making a female Hulk, because all they knew of Hulk was from the movies. And it's like, you know this character's been around since the fucking 70s, right? Like, they're not just making a character to make a character. She's an actual fucking character in the comics.
In the Death Star is pretty cool, right?
Stop nerding out and concentrate.
It's just like, bro, I get it if you're new,
I'm sick of hearing you
but don't
whine.
start trying to make fucking changes and get angry at things, because you know we've been here.
Yeah.
Lightning came
I
out
mean,
of his fingers, Ray.
I will at
Lightning.
least
Did you not
I
feel
will
like
at least give
fighting
some
in
of
the
those
Death
fans credit.
Star?
Like, if
Our grandparents would be so proud.
if you're looking at
Palpatine is
at
nothing to
a
me.
comic,
I'm going to
if
make
you're
you-
looking at a comic because you watched the movie and were actually interested in the characters, and then got into comics that way, I can't be too upset, but it's like, don't immediately ask why the comics don't feel like the movies, because they're written by two entirely different people. Sorry, I had to pause the game because the game was the dialogue in the game was actually distracting me while I was saying that. It's like, fucking, like, it's not even interesting. It's not even really interesting dialogue, but at least unlike fucking last episode, we have something to say.
I guess. We're not talking about the game.
Yeah, we're not talking about the game, but we at least have something to say.
I mean, it's like it should be that. I think it's not the game's fault. It's it's due to the sequels trilogy.
Yeah, and the other thing is, the games itself do cut sections out. There are things that we're not seeing, but it's also like, man, like, even then there's not much to say.
Yeah, it's like, again, it's the problem with the source material. It's like, it's not interesting, it's not fun. There's not really anything you can talk about other than just complain and nitpick about things.
Yeah, and it's not really, for me. It's not. I don't want to just complain and nitpick.
But that's what it's forcing us to do.
Yeah, like, well, we're doing. Like, it's why we're having an entirely different conversation. It's like, holy shit, there's nothing to say about the actual episode.
Never.
I know. It's like we're literally talking about other fucking things. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
With me to Exodus so I can get the
but to get back to that conversation, like, I think I've mentioned before, like, I'm actually excited for the Flash movie, despite Ezra Miller being, well, Ezra Miller. I'm excited for it, one, because, like, we're getting Michael Keaton back as Batman, and he, like, that actually looks cool.
It's gonna be trash either way.
Honestly, I'm expecting it to be.
Nobody does.
But one of the biggest reasons I am excited for it, at least slightly, is it is an adaptation of one of my favorite storylines from the comics, which is Flashpoint. And even then, it's like I know that storyline in the comics isn't a great storyline, but it's one that it's one that I like, and it was like one of the first major
I'm not.
major comic storylines that I actually got. Like actually have a copy of. Well, that and that and Watchmen, but
of course, that's a pretty big deal if you didn't realize.
I'm still surprised that Watchmen is on Time Magazine's like top 100 books of all
You
time.
can change.
Like that's kind of impressive.
I guess.
Well, and for me it's interesting because I think it's the only
This is futile.
the only
I know the dark side is
graphic
in you,
novel
Ray.
that's on there.
Just embrace it.
Right.
Which, come to think of it, is kind of sad because you also have things like fucking Mouse by Art Spiegelman.
Shouldn't have destroyed
Which
that
I got to meet. I actually got to meet Art Spiegelman once, and that was entertaining. You even got to ask him a couple of questions about his work. So that was nice.
Yeah.
But there's yeah, it really is. I really am mostly just looking forward to that. Looking forward to the Flash movie because I'm just a fan of the story. And like you said, like I am expecting it to be trash. I am expecting the movie to be trash, especially with the last couple DC movies.
I did want to take your hand. Ben's
Although
hand.
Suicide Squad with James Gunn was actually pretty good.
Hey kid.
What?
The Suicide Squad with that James Gunn did,
Dad.
that was an actually halfway decent movie.
Right. Okay. I'm just thinking about the writer's strike right now, and I remember this fucking sign that someone was holding up.
So what are we gonna
literally
do?
on the
What
sign,
can we do?
it
We
said,
gotta go
"Oh
back
no,
to base."
a laser thingy, Star Trek without writers." I'm just like, that's just modern day Star Trek. That's literally just modern day Star Trek.
I'm gonna be honest. To me, that's not even just modern day Star Trek. That's modern day sci-fi.
Yeah.
I know, and it's like,
so.
yeah, it seems like without writers,
When I have my
like even with writers, it's still shit now, isn't it?
Yeah, a decent like I am all for the writer's strike. Like, yeah, you guys deserve, at least some of you deserve better wages, but you could at least write at least a little better. But I would rather have a shitty writer than what the companies actually want to do and just just use fucking AI for their scripts.
Well, to be fair, the AI is gonna write about the same level as writers today, so no matter what, it's still gonna be shit.
Oh yeah, this is the part where I think this is the part where Leia dies.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I think
Hey,
it's been a while.
Hey, just kill off another character. Which I get it, because Carrie Fisher's old, but it's like...
Well, it wasn't even because Carrie Fisher was old, it's because, like, she legitimately died at this point.
Yeah, I understand.
I love Chewie trying to take one of the fucking medals. It's like, man, Chewie, like, I get it, but not the time.
Leia made you acting general. What now?
I gotta tell you, I don't really know how to do this. I'm not ready.
Oh, hell yeah, Lando!
Hey. I clapped when I saw it. I know what that means.
Send this ship to a world they know. Let it burn.
Yes, my lord.
It will come. The friends will follow.
Also, I want to bring up, like, why the fuck do multiple Star Destroyers suddenly have the firepower of a Death Star?
I don't fucking know. Because they're too fucking lazy to make a fucking another super weapon.
Jedi's weapon deserves more respect.
Well, I think the other thing is people would have given him shit for just having a fourth fucking Death Star, because the fourth Death Star was...
They gave him shit anyway.
Yeah! I know!
You knew.
Leia knew it too.
I'm not saying it would be good. It's just I'm saying, like, fucking...
Yeah.
I guess it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. They probably shouldn't have had a third fucking Death Star in Episode 7.
I know. The fucking Friday the 13th series, where it's like, it just keeps going on and you're not sure if it's gonna fucking stop or not.
Yeah.
To Exegol.
I don't have the Wayfinder.
I mean, it got to the point where Jason went to New York.
Everything
It got to the point where Jason went to space.
Hey, at least Jason fighting Freddy Krueger was
Can you give me
an
a clue,
interesting
please?
concept.
A clue.
Yeah,
You're about to fight Emperor Palpatine,
at
and you're
least
asking
Jason
me
got to
for
kill a bunch of New
clues.
Yorkers.
You were really vague.
I can never stop thinking of Jason Takes Manhattan without the scene of him just kicking the boombox.
Oh yeah.
If the cracks don't get you, then the hookers will.
Which where are we time wise? A minute 12 seconds. I'm just gonna add that fucking clip.
You might as well.
People are gonna be wondering, like, why the fuck is it Freddy versus Jason? It's like reasons. Well, time to take a burning ship to... Oh. Right.
We were made.
See, I told you they had everything you needed.
But wait, how am I going to fly to Exegol? The ship is destroyed.
There is another.
Luke, you walk slow. You can at least get on Mr. Gonk. There's room.
Look, he's an old man.
Yeah, but he can get on Mr. Gonk.
Slack.
He can get on Mr. Gonk. Like, there's room. I'll get off. He still doesn't want to do it. Alright, never mind. Speaking of Mr. Gonk, where is he? I got off of him, and now he's gone.
Oh, fuck you, Google.
What are you doing? Or what are you looking at?
Okay, no, I'm looking at... Apparently Google is going to start deleting inactive accounts after 2 years.
Ah, so the same thing that Elon Musk thought it was... The same quote-unquote good idea Elon Musk had for Twitter. Except they're at least giving you...
No, this is going to be way worse.
Well, I was going to say, at least with Google, at least Google is giving you... You said 2 years?
Use the Force. Yes.
I
Concentrate.
No, over 2 years. If they're over 2 years
Palpatine
old, they're going to
is
be
strong.
inactive. Over 2 years, they're going to be
Mind what you have
deleted.
learned.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
I'll try to
still.
take care of it.
I mean, it
Do
sucks,
or
but it's
do
still better than
not.
Twitter, where
There
Twitter,
is no
Elon
try.
Musk thought it was a good idea to have
That's
it like
a
No,
commander's
this
answer.
is
a
worse.
literal month.
This is worse. Let
Okay.
me talk. This is worse. This is worse because
It's Ray.
that means
She's going
many
to
Google
Exegol.
accounts, including YouTube. We're going to be losing a lot.
Gene,
We'd be losing a
how?
lot of things.
Oh.
You know, the culture at the time.
Out of the unknowns.
Oh, right.
Planet
Shit.
killing.
No,
Yeah.
General,
that is worse.
This droid has a ton of information
Yeah,
about
I
Exegol.
know. So we're going to be losing things like
As long as
many
those Star
machinima
Destroyers
videos,
are on Exegol,
you know, many,
you can hit them.
Surely
you know,
there must have
many
some
old
kind of thermal
AMVs,
oscillator.
you know, stuff like that.
What about an exhaust
Yeah.
port somewhere? We could hit that.
Some form of main reactor core.
What are you talking about?
They use a signal from a navigation tower like this one.
Air team's going to find the
Yeah,
tower. Ground team's
honestly,
gonna
it's
blast
driving
it.
me nuts that a lot
There
of
aren't
companies are
enough of
doing that.
us.
That's where Lander
Yeah, I
and Chewie
know.
come in. They'll take the Falcon to the core
I mean,
systems.
hopefully
We've got
people
friends out there.
get on the fucking Internet Archive and start, you know, just posting all that shit on there.
Oh,
Like, I hope to God they do.
Your ground team here yet?
Yeah, looks like the lander just got back.
Well, enjoy your trip across the galaxy with a bunch of delightfully smelling Orbaks, General.
Thanks, General.
Oh, hey, I know that chip. Yeah.
I'll at least say this: makes me happy that I have that. My YouTube account is still fairly active, and two, more importantly, I actually back up my videos. Or
Yeah,
I've been,
which is
or
good.
at least I've been backing up my videos, just to be safe.
Mhm.
Does make me curious though.
Well, this is it.
What counts as inactive accounts? Like, do you have to
Look,
have posted something, or can it just be an account like you're watching videos?
Let me look at the article and see what we got, because I only just saw the headline. Just wants to load. Okay, so activity might include these types of actions you take when you sign in, or you're signed in, reading or sending an email, using Google Drive, watching a YouTube video, downloading an app, using Google Search, using sign in with Google to sign to a third-party app or device.
Look at that freight.
So it's like, I guess if this account is like totally dead, it's like it hasn't been like using Gmail or Google Drive or watching videos and stuff like that. It's just dead. It's gonna be deleted.
For my grandchild to come
Well,
home.
at least like watching videos. If you're at least watching videos on the YouTube account, you're not.
I haven't come to lead the
It
Sith.
Yeah.
does get.
I've come to end them.
That's
My
good to know.
spirit will pass into
Yeah.
I mean, it still sucks, but it's at least
fresh,
like just like as long as you remember your password and log in it within like 2 years.
That you
Should be
are
fine.
the one who led them here. Strike me down. Take the throne. Make the sacrifice.
Oh,
Do it.
Do it. My granddaughter fighting alongside Vader's grandson. There's always a family drama in this galaxy.
Okay, I like that line. My granddaughter fighting along Vader's grandson. There's always family drama in this galaxy. That's that makes me chuckle. Hey, at least we have Mr. Gonk here in the final fight.
Not even he's gonna fucking save this shit show.
Yeah, but at least he's here for moral support. Well, on the bright side, I think this is literally the if not the last level, this is one of the last. We have this, and then I think like a fight on one of the Star Destroyers, and hopefully that's the end.
Hopefully it goes fast.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because I'm fucking bored out of my mind right now.
No,
prefer
I
a
get
straight
it.
fight to all that sneaking around.
I'm just hoping when I eventually move on to like, because I like when I'm done with this, I'm taking a break from Star Wars for a week, for the rest. Well, not for a full week, but at least for the rest of the week.
I don't
But
blame you.
I'm not coming back to when I come back to Star Wars, I'm doing Jedi Fallen Order, and it's like, man, I just
All you want is for me
at
to
this
hate
point it'd
you.
be more entertaining if I was
Not
doing
even you.
if I was just trying to do the Star Wars quest in Fortnite, because that's something to talk about then.
I guess.
Soon I shall have unlimited power. Your feeble cells are no match for the power of the dark side.
I never want to hear the name Ren again. Just wish it didn't sound so much like Ben.
Stand together. Died in loss. The power of two restores the one true emperor.
There we go. All right, now we're on to the
That's our drop zone.
taking down one of the Star Destroyers.
Alright. I just kind of feel fucking dead inside just watching this shit, and I don't know why.
Well, that's because nothing's fucking happening.
Yeah, nothing is fucking happening.
The explosives on these orbits
That
have to reach
describes
the
the
towers.
whole sequel.
So stay
trilogy.
close.
Nothing is fucking happening.
Everyone look out! TIE fighter!
Well, I wouldn't entirely say that describes the sequel trilogy. What I would say would describe the sequel trilogy is,
if these explosives take too many
let's
hits.
do that again. Because that's basically what they're doing. Is like, here, we're gonna use ideas from earlier films in the series, but not make them nearly as exciting.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Ground proof! We have to clear out these troopers so we can get the Orvax to the tower.
They're supposed to be intimidated by the weapon.
Whoa! Incoming!
Look out!
Jana, BB-8, we have to find a way to get the Orvax past this tie. Everyone mount up.
Don't worry, I'm mounted up. Come on, Mr. Gunk.
Thanks to Snap's excellent parking, we have to find a way past this X-Wing. You're right. Shutting down the power should be a safe path.
Don't criticize the guy who just crashed.
There's a terminal to shut down that power generator. We need to find it.
Oh, right. Ow.
There should be a control panel somewhere that switches off that power.
I'm working on it. There we go.
Control that turret and blast the X-wing out the way.
Game. Gonna let me move. Weird.
We aren't getting near that hatch until that turret is destroyed. Destroy the exhaust vent and stop that droid!
So apparently instead of arrows, I'm shooting bananas from my bow.
That BB unit and turret are the last things between us and
Why
that hatch.
not? Wait, they had a bow and arrow?
Yeah, apparently!
God, fucking, are you shitting me?
All silos
Literally.
It's the only way to stop
You're
the
not a
turret.
fucking Ewok.
Hey, at least it's something to talk about.
Fire everything you got on those
Like,
exhaust
oh,
vents.
Jesus
We
Christ,
need
I
to
guess
stop
the
the
fucking
turret.
2010s were the fucking year of the bow and arrow, because every fucking media had a bow and arrow in it.
Yeah?
Time we got to fight someone.
Just get a gun. Just literally get a gun. So hard. You're not cool if you use a bow and arrow. You don't look cool. You don't fucking look cool. It's not effective. In this time of warfare, get a fucking blaster.
Look, the only
Or
times
flamethrower.
I can understand choosing a bow is if there's like a story reason behind having a bow over having a blaster. Here you don't here there's no actual fucking story reason. It's just, oh, I feel like using a bow.
I hate these riders.
Finally get to do something.
It's like, goddamn, fucking, yeah, keep complaining about, oh, there is nothing. We don't have comics, nothing, or anything to use. When you fucking did.
Yeah,
When you fucking did.
just
But fucking this here decides, oh no, let's just fucking throw away the water and fucking just got rid of that shit, and we get this.
yeah.
All right, BB-8, you're up.
It's like, it's the stupidest fucking decision I have ever heard for a company.
All right, Star Destroyer is destroyed. Good.
Thank God. Can we end it?
I'm working on it, buddy. I'm working on it.
this. Look at this.
Look! Literally everybody in the Star Wars universe.
Everybody's fucking here. I know that guy. I know that guy. I will buy your merchandise.
You were there
I'm glad.
for an episode, I think.
Just get excited and
Random.
consume more
Two
product.
systems are failing.
Random fucking Ewok flying somehow. I don't know how he got here.
Be with me. Be with me.
These are your final Ray. Rise and take them.
I don't like sand.
I agree. Now is not the time for
I
this.
don't
Ray, the Force will be with
Anakin.
you.
That's the only best line in this fucking one. That's the only best line.
I don't like
is no
sand.
match for the power in
It's dry,
me.
of course. It gets everywhere. Come
Fuck
on.
it, I got fucking graham crackers. I'm just gonna fucking start eating them.
You are nothing. Unlimited Sith. I can hold this forever. I am all the Sith.
And I am all the Jedi.
Anakin, help me! Help me! Oh, wait, he's not here.
Help me. Help me. Wait, he's not here this time.
Eat shit, Palpatine!
We're back on. This is our last chance. We gotta hit those cannons now.
So, I double fleet.
Well, a horse just surfed a red stormtrooper down a Star Destroyer. Okay, I do like the look of that, using the force heal. When they're doing the force heal scene, it's the literal health bars showing them. Like that's a nice touch.
Well, there it goes.
Oh no, he's dead. I wish I cared.
Red 5 is in the air. People are rising up all over the galaxy. We did it.
Oh, here it comes. Chewie finally gets a medal.
Hey, idea, Republic. Maybe if you fucking nipped this thing in the bud years ago, this shit wouldn't have happened.
Memory restoration complete.
It's honestly the New Republic's fault that this shit fucking happened. There is no excuse.
You're not wrong. Who are you? I'm a cop-out.
I'm Rey. Rey Skywalker.
Thank you. Thank you. And with that, we're done! We've done it! We've made it to the end!
Finally.
Jeez! Oh! Christ, hang on, where's my soundboard button? We're done! Yeah. Let's never speak of this sequel. Let's never speak of this sequel trilogy again.
Yeah.
Until someone has the bright idea to do movie commentaries on the actual movies, in which case, fuck.
I know.
But we made it. We fucking.
I hope Disney burns to the fucking ground.
I mean, I hope they burn to the ground too, but for other reasons.
Well, yeah, for this and for other reasons.
for this and for other reasons. Like,
Thank you, Disney, for fucking raping and pillaging my fucking one of my favorite series.
I mean, I will at least give. Oh wait, there's the actual game credits. Hang on, I'm transitioning back.
No, fucking, just end it.
No, like, we can talk over the credits. Most interesting part of this fucking episode.
No, it's not. It's all shit.
Hey, I can't be too upset because these credits are for the people who made the game, not the people who worked on the story of the fucking sequel trilogy. Like I can't be upset at these people. They were just adapting. They were adapting a bad story.
Exactly. They shouldn't get the blame.
Yeah.